You are communicating in this class via many different media. You're communicating visually, you're communicating through writing, you're communicating through your voices, you're communicating through your bodies, you're communicating through moving images. So it isn't just a writing class, it's about communicating and composing for all of those different media. How is this process helping us learn the things that we're supposed to learn in a communication class?
Instead of just looking at a piece of paper, we've actually taken something and taken it to kind of real life.
We had one group of people writing the script, and another group of people casting, another group of people filming, another group editing, another group taking care of the marketing. So, it really forced us to all collaborate and work together.
Like a collaborative project like this, it kind of has a system of checks and balances where like each person kind of has their own paper in their head, kind of like a thought process in their head, and each of them can compromise with each other.
With a group of even 3 or 4, it's kind of difficult to sometimes get everyone together and get everyone on the same page, but we did it with a class of 25, 30 people, so it really helped to kind of develop communication between different people in the class and kind of come together as a collective.
It's an entire collaborative project with 25 people, so and since most of us are engineers, when we go out into our jobs, we're going to be in groups doing things like this.
It really reflects on sort of the issues and dynamics you face when having to deal with cross-functional teams, different departments, different objectives, different motivations. It's a much more realistic view of what you're going to have to deal with in the professional world.
We can sit here and learn about zombie books and zombie movies, but now that we're actually making one and seeing what goes into it, it kind of gives everyone a new perspective on it.
We watch movies, and you can talk about it as much as you want, but when you actually make a movie and you screenwrite for a movie and everything, you really have to understand it a lot better to be able to bring the whole project to completion.
Meeting a roadblock and having to think your way around it.
I feel like I'm in the jungle. What is this?
Going in the jungle.
What I'll go through to get a good shot.
Well, that was one of the best parts of this class, was just the pure, raw, creative, take nothing and turn it into this really gruesomely awesome thing.
If you have lots of ambition, there's a ceiling, to what some professors or whatever will let you do. And Jesse, this guy was the limit for us, and he said, you do what you need to do and I'll help you.
There was never a point where he was like, do you guys really want to put this much effort into it? He was 100% behind us.
And even pushing us a little bit further to see how far we can go, and that's good, that's what you need.
Yeah. Can you guys do an impression of Jesse for me?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be ready. Okay. So, Death. Why do you think the author chose to start this with a D? Relates to both the dad and the dog, which is foreshadowing both of them are going to die, maybe? Yeah. And I thought about my own name, and then Jay actually, jazz, I like jazz, very juvenile, I jump sometimes. And bananas also have skin, which is kind of you think of cadaver?
Yeah, I think of flesh.
The body farm place we talked about. What about in terms of death and zombies, to peel the skin off when they're biting?
It wasn't just the zombie, it was the dead and the undead, so we also read The Road, which is full of all kinds of topics that people don't normally talk about, like death and cannibalism and things like that. And really, you have to open your mind and consider all kinds of things that we normally avoid thinking or talking about.
The zombie makes us look at ourselves.
You don't really know exactly how to feel about the zombie, because unlike other Hollywood monsters, the zombie used to be human, and it's very clear because they still have the human form, but it's just, decaying and dead and whatnot. And it kind of makes us confront the decaying and dead parts of our own nature.
I think zombies maybe ask that question because maybe zombies are just what's left over of us once all that abstract stuff is stripped from us. They're just our flesh, just our meat moving around, growing.